you're gonna make me want to go home and watch it. Get on into it again.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it. I have to finish watching it. What's going on YouTube? This looks crooked. Oh my god, I gotta get a new tripod. Thanks to the airport jacking it up. How we look? How we looking?
Looks fine. The airport jacket, I just gotta move it. What airport?
When I came. Shirt. Well, that's what when you get a couple. No. Oh, what's going on YouTube? It's Kevin and Mikkel. We are back with a new video. This is our last video until next week because you know we're going to be celebrating Thanksgiving. So I hope you all are having a happy Thanksgiving week. Hopefully some of y'all are on vacation and don't have to go back to work next week. I want to start this video off by saying thank you to everyone who sent me happy birthday messages either on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, text message, phone call, FaceTime. I truly appreciate it and I'm not going to cry, but thank you guys so much. Don't you do it. I don't know. 31 is just, you know, as I get older, these, they don't feel like numbers. They just feel like, you know, I'm still alive and I'm blessed and I'm thankful, but I'm still me, no matter what age I get. So it don't really feel like that until I start thinking about all the other stuff. Like, oh my God, I could have did this and I could have did that. But anyway, y'all, I'm just blessed. So I gotta turn this off. Just thank y'all so much. I truly appreciate it. And how did I celebrate my birthday? I turned all the way. Thank you, Brandon, Eddie, Dennis, April, Sharon, Jay, his friends. They turned the party out. You know, the only sad thing about my birthday is that somebody passed away at the bar. I just want to say, make sure y'all don't be taking no pills. Stay away from the goddamn pills. Stay away from them, okay? They are not a good thing. Don't be popping no pills. And, you know, that was just a sad, that was the only, well, yeah, that was the only sad thing about my birthday, even though some stuff went down. I'm just glad we were able to wake up and laugh about it the next day. Yeah. You are so shady. You are so shady. Just again, thank you to everybody. And I got my birthday gift, which is I've been waiting to get for a long time. I have a new iPhone, the iPhone 6S, whatever. You know what's so funny? What?
Not sorry to cut you off, but you got this iPhone, the 6S, on your 31st birthday, and I got the very first iPhone on my 21st birthday when it first came out. And
I thought I turned it off. I'm about to say that's the same iPhone my niece had threw in the trash when she was a baby.
No, correction. She wasn't a baby.
She had to be like 3 or 4.
No.
I don't remember. It was a long time ago. Tippy is 11 now.
Right. She was not no 3 or no 4 because I didn't know them when they were 3 or 4. Did I?
Yeah.
What year was Tippy was born in 20?
They was born 2004. We started on videos 2008.
Okay, so this probably was around 09 then. Because she was like 4, 5.
And threw his phone in the trash. And I mean in the trash.
No,
like outside trash can.
Yeah, down the street.
Yes. Yes.
We're all in this house. In this house. In this 3-story house looking from top to bottom.
Woo!
For my phone. And it's literally down the street. Not outside, but literally down the street. And what's the lady's name that lives down the street?
Miss Dion.
Yeah, Miss Dion's trash. It was in Miss Dion's trash. And how we found out it was down the street because I went to the door heated, like trying to figure out, like, oh my God, where's my phone? And there was a little boy sitting outside. And he looked at me and he said, I guess he heard me say phone. And he said, you looking for a phone? I said, yeah. He said, there's a phone down the street and the trash can ringing. Down the street.
Oh.
And mind you, my phone was sitting on the table where we were recording. But it got up. But my question is, what was a 4 or 5-year-old doing outside down the street by herself?
I don't know. But that's why I don't have no children.
That's why, and y'all always wonder why I used to say, there's a lot of shenanigans and fanigans that y'all wouldn't even hear. See, Kevin always, I look at his stuff, and when he posts on Instagram, he always posts the good stuff about 2219.
Bitch, who posts? Nobody's supposed to post the best.
But
You don't put all your business, what they say, out on Front Street. You don't do that. But some of y'all do, and I'm not judging
Scorpion for doing that, right?
Yeah, because you'll tell everything.
Yeah.
No, you can't. No. Now it's all right to be real, but goddamn, no, not all the way.
Don't put all your business, because then they start looking at you.
And then they be like, yeah, because
light,
your mom was talking about that, and I won't say a different light, but they would go in. And you know, some of y'all watch to go in, because some of them tell your whole business while reading you from a block page. You know, that's what people do. But
no, I don't put my mom on YouTube. She don't know nothing about it. All she knows is that her son talks to celebrities. So that's what she needs to know.
Yeah. And
I limit my mother to what she can see and what she can't see.
And I've met his mom only one time.
And to this day, all my mom knows is that.
Do you think she ever watched the video or never asked your sister to?
My mom, no. She probably seen a few. She probably seen a video, but no.
Because we have a good time on the Scorpion.
See, my mom is like me. It's just stuff like that don't, like people always say, oh, you don't really get into the stuff. And I'm like, no. My mom is like me. I told you, me and my mom, I said it before, me and my mom, we always clash because we're so much alike. My mom is the type like, get about that. I'm like, Mama, I just talked to so-and-so. For real? Okay. Well, listen, I need you to bring me such and such. My mom don't care about that type of stuff.
Now, did she watch us on Good Day Philadelphia last week?
She's watched us on the news when we were on the news, but we be on the news so much now that she just got, oh, okay.
No, she better be DVR. I DVR'd it, and I tried to get it to record through my laptop, and I couldn't get it, so I had to ask Jen.
Listen, my mom has a daycare, so while we're on, she's too busy worrying about those kids, and she's not thinking about that.
DVR and tell all your girlfriends, tell everybody to watch. So yeah, thank you to Jennifer for having us back on Good Day Philadelphia, and thank you to those that was watching on Periscope, watching on YouNow.com.
And my dad, he really don't care. He really don't care. My dad would be like, what? My dad probably don't even know that we're probably as big as we really are. See, if he'd probably be sitting there smiling like, for real? My parents, that's why I said my house is so different. Well, my family is so different from this family.
Yes, because they was in here watching.
Everybody's in the mix in here.
Jen knew she wasn't at my house because she was.
Oh, she knew. She said, "Was this your house?"
No, that house is too crazy. You can't not. No, but we worked it.
And then I walked in here that morning. I walked in here that morning looking for you, not knowing that you weren't in here, but you were next door. Jeremy's on one couch, and Darren's on the other couch with his hands in his pants. Not doing that. But you know how guys sleep and they have their hands in their pants while they sleep? And I'm like, Jesus, no, I don't sleep like that. What? How do you sleep like that for? I got a blanket and a quilt. Are you kidding me? I don't need to do that. And I snuggle up.
Lord.
Guys who sleep like that are guys who don't have a blanket or nothing like that. I don't need to do that. Don't listen. When have you ever seen a guy under a blanket sleep with his hands in his pants? You don't. There's only guys who don't have a blanket and they just lay like this with their hands in their pants.
You seem to be an expert in know.
And I know one damn thing. If I'm in the bed with somebody, they better not have their hands in their pants.
They better have somewhere else, huh? You know what? Let's not do that.
Listen. Because if I'm in the bed with you, why do you have your hands in your pants?
Let's not. No, we're not having this. It's too damn early for this
You mean tell me all of this and you don't have your hands in your pants?
And don't put it on.
And don't put.
Because you know how they do when you laying there asleep. They record you.
No, they're not going to record me. See, I don't mess with them type of people. I don't know what type of people you know.
I don't mess. I say it on vinyl.
Let me tell you something. If you record me, that'll be the end of your recording days. I keep telling people, why do you think I watch people's record? I will sue you and I'll know how to do it.
I know that's right.
Are you kidding me?
Who is? Wait.
Do you like the camera and stuff better?
I haven't even used nothing yet. Over trust. I'm going to use. But trust. Oh, I know you know. I ain't still touch my phone yet. Everything ain't transferred over yet. So I've been working on deleting shit just in case the T-Mobile man started looking at my damn phone.
Listen,
look,
hey.
He's like, "Do you want to trade in your phone?" I said, "Wait, let me reset this phone before I do give you anything."
Oh, I would have to delete every damn thing.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I resetted it right in the store because I said you are not. I knew I didn't take everything off because when I transfer all the pictures, when I transfer everything to my computer, I thought I had the check for the delete and it didn't delete. So I said, you know what, I have it. So, but anyway, yes. But I got a lot of work. I got 6 days to get it together. Get this phone and
get what phone? What phone? Back on your order?
Yes.
Get all the stuff back on it?
No, it's already on here. But I gotta get this stuff off.
Why you gotta get it off that one? That's your new one.
But I don't want it on here.
Oh.
This phone is just. I don't need it.
Can you imagine? No, I don't want to.
But listen, we're scheduled to be on Good Day Philadelphia next week. So make sure.
You got over 14,000 emails.
This is not all of them because I have iCloud, I have Gmail, and I have Yahoo. So, yeah. And then I have the regular email through.
I wouldn't be able to. Let me tell you something.
Daddy.
I'm sorry, before we get into this video, I handle all of that. I know how to handle
just
all that.
one email.
Yep, just one email. Everything has to come through one email because I can't have my phone looking like that. You have 14,000 emails.
But I check it every day.
No, you don't. If you have 14,000 unread emails. No, you don't.
I do check it every day.
How?
Good,
why don't you delete them?
Huh?
Why don't you delete them? The ones that you checked and you don't need.
I don't know. Let's get to the video.
Is it me?
I do delete them sometimes, but some I don't know. Because sometimes you never know, a sale might come through or you might need that coupon. I don't delete that stuff.
Listen, hey. I can't argue with that.
At least we're not whispering.
Right.
Lord. So, last week, oh yeah, we're gonna be on Good Day Philadelphia, so make sure y'all DVR it or you can watch online and tweet with us during the show. Also, tomorrow, if you live in Philadelphia and you have Comcast or Fios, you can watch Mikkel and I on Temple Talk. It comes on at 1 p.m. and it also reruns again at 9 p.m. So if you want to hear us talk about the start of the Scorpion show and you never even knew, you can watch it. It's about it's a 7-minute interview. But don't worry, we will be back on Temple Talk. But again, 1 o'clock tomorrow, 1 p.m. and 9 p.m. And Tay Diggs. Last week, Tay Diggs was trending all day on Twitter. If you didn't know, Tay Diggs was married to the singer Idina Menzel that sings Let It Go from Frozen. They have a child together. And he did an interview saying that he doesn't want his child to be seen as black. And he would prefer that people call his child biracial instead of saying black. But, when his child get older, it's his choice to, say what he identify as either black, white, and biracial. Now, a lot of people went off and they were upset about what he was saying. This is my thing, and this is how I grew up. If you're biracial, we always see you as black. I've never seen a biracial person or been around people with the biracial person say, oh yeah, they white or they Puerto Rican. But it's all up to the child on how they identify as. But but how society sees them and how everyone they see them as black. And it kind of felt like people were saying that, how dare you deny your black side? You just don't like black people. Were saying all kinds of stuff, and it's really up to the child. No matter how we may see it, I think it's up to the child to make up his mind. But see, after the backlash, Tay Diggs, you know, he was on TMZ Live, and they were asking him, if your child identify as white, what would you say to him? He just said, well, I'm just going to pray for him. He said something like that. So he didn't seem too happy about if his son would identify as being white instead of identifying as being black. So I'm like, why would you even make that statement if you would really prefer your son to identify with his black side rather than his white side? Does that make sense?
It sounds goofy to me because he is biracial.
Yeah.
Correct. And I mean, I saw that Tay Diggs was trending, and I heard a little bit about it, but I just thought he's biracial, just like President Obama is. He's biracial. His mother's white, his father's from Africa. Black man, African. Who else is biracial? Alicia Keys is biracial. Mariah Carey's biracial. There's a lot of biracial celebrities. Yeah, we see them as black, but I mean,
there's nobody denying them of who they are.
Right. That's what I'm trying to figure out if I'm trying to understand if he said that if he's identifying his child as being biracial and his child is biracial, then I'm trying to figure out what's the problem.
He doesn't want people to look at his son as just being black. Look at him as a biracial person and not as black. But when I see a biracial person, nothing, I mean, it dings off in my head, yes, they're biracial, but I don't have to say, oh yeah, you're biracial, or yeah, you're black.
But can I ask a question? What exactly does a biracial person look like? Because I've never seen I can't necessarily say, because the way the world is today, like damn near everybody is biracial or whatever. But I can't really look at somebody and say, oh yeah, you're biracial, I'm not going to call you white, I'm going to call you biracial. Or look at somebody and say, I'm not going to call you black, I'm going to call you biracial. And I'm only saying that because I have a cousin who's light-skinned. But her mother and her father are both brown. Her mother is my cousin, my first cousin. Her mother is a little bit darker than her father, but they're both brown skinned. Neither one of them are light skinned, but she's light skinned and she looks like both of her parents. But I think probably somebody who didn't know her would probably think that she was biracial, but I'm like, no, she's not biracial. Both her parents are black. So that's why, for me, it's kind of hard to look at somebody and say, oh, you're biracial, because they may not be biracial. They just may be light-skinned. And, you know.
And for me, like, if I see a biracial person, most times they're light, but their skin have a brown to it where you can tell. And then it's also in their hair. Now, not saying everybody looks that way, but that's how I can identify someone who's biracial. I have a biracial brother, and
what do you mean light? Light as in
like you know how, let's say like you see
Mariah Carey, Alicia.
No, that's very light. That I'm talking about like they're
mulatto, like President Obama light.
Yeah, but their skin has that brown. Their skin has that brown. Yeah, that brown tan to it. Like. You know the difference between a Puerto Rican, well, no, because most people don't know the difference between a Puerto Rican or a Dominican. No. But you can tell if you're looking at a Latino. And you can tell if you're looking at, for some people, that's how I identify biracial with a Latino. They don't look exactly alike, but you can tell it's a mix somewhere. And some people, you can ask the person, are you mixed? Some people get offended, so I don't never ask anybody that. Are they mixed? I don't do that. But I just go on my own assumption, but that's just how I see things. You can tell. You can tell. You can tell. You may not. But you can tell.
No, I can't, because I just gave you a prime example. I have a cousin who's dead
You
light.
can tell. No, I'm saying not everybody's gonna look the same. Like
no, but what I'm saying is you may be able to tell, but what I'm saying is it's not every light-skinned person is biracial. Exactly. Just like my sister. Everybody thinks that my sister is mixed because she's skinny, she's beautiful, beautiful skin, long hair. No, she's black. She's not. Both her mother and her father are black, but they think, oh, I mean, now there's somewhere down the line, just like all of us black folks, where there's somewhere down the line, but the closest line to her, no, she's black. So that's why I'm saying, I understand what you're saying, but what you're saying is almost as if, oh no, you should be able to see because of how their skin tone is. And what I'm saying is, no, that's not necessarily true, because people with that same skin tone may not be biracial. They just may be lighter than their parents, or just...
No, that's what I'm saying is not every biracial person is the same, but for me,
No, because when you say, "Oh no," because you can tell, and I'm thinking like, "No, you can't," because they might just be
let's say
light-skinned.
that's how I see it.
Okay.
That's how. Let's just put it in my category. That's how I see it. That's how I see it.
But I mean, I still am trying to find out what he said about it. That was his son is biracial.
But he just doesn't want his son just to be seen as someone who's black. He doesn't want his, you know,
Well, if
his
he
son
doesn't want his
to-
son to see just as being black, then I don't see what's the problem with that, because his son isn't just black. His son has black roots in him and white roots in him. So how can you just say, "Oh, I'm black," but then you don't even identify with the white side when the white side makes up
But it's
50% of, because your mother's white and your father.
It's your choice for your race. I mean, I would say it's up to you how you identify as, because President Obama, he identifies himself as a black man. He knows he's mixed, but he lives his life as a black man. It's not just the white side of him. He's black. When we look at the first family, he's the first black president. We don't say, "Oh, he's the first biracial president," even though it's true, but that's not what we say. But then again, who knows what those other presidents could be mixed with? You never know. But yeah, sometimes I just think that celebrities should not just, because you know it's gonna be an uproar, it's gonna be a fire starter when you speak like that, because people feel like you're ashamed of being black if you don't want your son as being seen as being black. But he has a book coming out about being biracial. So if you have any biracial children, you should look into the book. And then
Can I just say something real quick before we? You know what? I don't think that celebrities should not say it, because celebrities are humans just like us. Their jobs is what causes, the jobs that they have is what causes their celebrities. But take that job away and they're still just like the rest of us. The problem is not what it is that they say. The problem is society, and the way society always thinks that they're right and they know every damn thing. And so if this man wants to identify the child that came out of his nutsack and out of his wife's vagina as being biracial, then that's their issue in their house. And for those of us that don't live in the Diggs household, we need to mind our damn business. And you know what? Like the mom says, let it go.
Let it go.
It has nothing to do with us.
Because we know how we are going to look at them. Right. And how society is.
And if you feel as though you're black or white, whatever, then go ahead and live your life. But to condemn this man for saying that that's his issue. And I don't care how Tay Diggs identifies his son. I don't care how he wants his son to be identified. It's solely up to his son when his son becomes a man. Okay? That is solely up to his son. So people ridiculing Tay Diggs. The problem is people don't like the fact that he's married to his white woman. That's the problem. And a lot of people don't want to say that. Okay?
Because he's married to...
Well, whomever. A lot of people still to this day don't like the fact that a lot of black men are with these white women.
When they get successful.
Yes, and a lot of them don't want to say that, but it's the truth. And it stings a lot of black women to the core that this fine black man is with a white woman.
Yep, that's what
I don't know the reason why these black men go with these white women. I don't know. I don't care. But at the same time, this is this man's wife. This is his son. Let them do what the hell they want to do in their house, and let's mind our business. Because I don't care how he identifies as his son. I don't care. That's his son's going to have to live that life when he gets old. Not old, but older.
It's up for him how he's going to live his life. So let's move on.
Yeah, let's move on.
I ain't had time for the Housewives because I was watching wrestling. I was watching the American Music Awards. So how was the Housewives of Atlanta last night?
Okay, Kenya. First of all, Kenya Moore's with an S. Okay, girlfriend. First of all, that she's coming out with the hair care products.
Yeah, she's been coming out with that for a long time.
Yeah, well, she's finally had this little launch party. Cynthia's party with the glasses, motivated Kenya to do her thing, so Kenya did it. Turned out very, very bad. There was no air, so everybody's fanning themselves. And Kenya has specifically told the party, the party planner, whoever the lady was, before the party, when they were looking at the venue, I need it to be cool in here. Like, I need it to be cool. I'd rather have my guests cold than hot. Well, honey, everybody came in there and they started fanning themselves.
Went into a sweatbox.
Candy had to leave early. That's how hot it was. And she's like, I'm pregnant. She's like, I can't stay in here. It's too hot. So she left. Portia comes with her girlfriend now. Apparently, Portia's girlfriend must have been on a few episodes before. I don't really remember her. But I can tell you one thing. Her girlfriend was annoying the hell out of me. Yes, you know, I understand that, okay, we're going to throw shade at Kenya because her girlfriend discovered that, you know, Kenya had the little bottles of, you know, the hair care stuff laying around. Well, there was no product in the bottles. It was actually water.
Oh, no.
Because when the girlfriend went to go smell it, she was like, this doesn't have the smell. Then she drunk it. And was like, oh, this is water.
What the fuck?
Because Portia was like, what are you doing? Same thing you did, Portia did. Portia was like, what's the matter with you? She was like, Portia, this is water. It was regular water in the bottles. Why? You know that was shade right there. so listen. But Portia's girlfriend was doing a little bit too much, like she's trying to get a peach on this show. Like she was just doing a little too much. Because when Kenya finally came out with her hired boyfriend, because that man is hired, when she came out with that hired boyfriend, if you like older, I think he was Latino or older white men with dents in his face, then yeah.
No.
But he came out. Hey, I call him out soon. They came out, you know, and then you know Kenya's like, oh my God, it's so hot. So you know she goes over to the girls, and so Portia's friends like, hey, you know, hi, nice to meet you. And she's like, your products on the table, like, is it? It's supposed to have water in there? And Kenya's like, you know, like, oh, dumbfounded. She's over it. So she goes over tomorrow like, this bitch gonna try me, tell us there's gonna be water in there. This, that, the third. Sheree comes to the party.
Why?
Because Kenya invited her. So they come to the party. So her and Sheree, they go off onto the side and they have a little girl conversation about what happened at Cynthia's party. So, you know, she's like, of course, Kenya is just still throwing shade. So she's like, well, you know, I want to be good girlfriends, you know. I just want to let you know that I wasn't, you know, trying to throw shade. I was just telling you what the other neighbors have been saying. So, you know, listen. So Sheree must have said something. Sheree was like, yeah, she said something like, well, my house is this, that, and the third. And Kenya said, let's not be delusional. So,
whoa!
Jonah, let's not be delusional.
About the house?
With a smile on her face. So she told her, if you need help, I gotta know somebody that can help you. So Kenya was getting hurt. Kenya was throwing that subtle shade, throwing that Mikhail shade. You know, you still look that mess. You know, like that type of, you know, like, and she was doing it good. I want to see her and Sheree get into it. I really want to see them get into it. Peter and Cynthia, they got into a conversation about the whole, you know, because Peter came back home, he started crying, and you know, they said that they would work on things, and if it doesn't work, then they're gonna go their own separate way. Phaedra took Portia to go get a colonic in the beginning of the episode. I think I want to.
I've always wanted to do that.
But the way Portia reacted when that shit started coming out, I'm like, ooh. No, but I'm saying because you know they suck it out of you.
They push the water in you and your stomach get full.
And it starts coming out. So I guess once it started coming out or whatever, Portia was like, and her face was just like, oh wow, like she was like shocked, like oh my God, girl, how it feels. Candy.
Tell me about it.
I don't know how it feels. But anyway.
Oh!
So,
that's all I'm saying.
Candy, I can't remember. Candy and Portia had a conversation. I mean, it was just real, you know. Yeah. It wasn't that.
How
it wasn't
was Kim Phil on there?
Kim Fields, yeah. She came to the party. Her and her husband. Her husband was sitting there with them because, you know, her husband don't know nobody. So he was sitting with all the girls and something. Kim Fields. Tootie. Whatever you want to call yourself. Regine, whatever.
I prefer Regine.
I can't remember the previews to this show of what she's going to get into with these girls, but what I will say is Kim Fields don't need to be on this show. She just don't. This is not her cup of tea. Her and her husband, you know, they are, you know, because she don't have no friends. Her husband told her, you don't have no friends.
Her husband told her?
Yeah, he was like, well, you know, you need to go out to this girl's man. He was like, because you ain't got no friends anyway.
Oh.
And she said, yes, I do. He was like, who? She was like, such and such. And he was like, that's so-and-so's friend.
Oh. Now, see, her husband trying, and then you ain't going to come in and throw shade on your own wife.
Well, he told her, you don't have no friends. But I don't think these are the type of friends that she needs to have. Yeah, and Kim Fields, I don't want to see her on a show like this. I don't want to see her on a show like this. I don't, because they look so awkward there with the rest of them. Like, you know how the rest of them is all made up? She came in there with like a little sundress on. You know, she looked cute, but it just didn't really.
Well, last night I had a chance to watch the American Music Awards.
Oh, but I do want. I'm sorry to cut you off. Next week looks like it's going to be good because Portia and Cynthia are going to get into it.
Like a fight?
Yeah, like a fight.
I heard they
start arguing, and I think they actually start swinging on each other. They on this boat, yeah.
On a boat.
Yeah, they sitting there talking. Then all of a sudden, you know, you Kenya. I mean, you Cynthia, and I'm Portia. You know, then that's from this thing and that's from that. Break. Oh, wait a minute, what's going on, Portia? You didn't like to keep your hands to yourself because you already had. I mean, listen, the first time you had a reason. Yeah, you did. But you know what, Portia? They gave you another chance coming back on the show. Mm-hmm. What you need to do is walk away. You be swinging your hands, honey. And you too pretty to be fighting. You really are.
Was Duke on there?
No, he wasn't on there, but she brought him up to Candy because she was just letting Candy, you know, telling Candy, you know, about how, in a nice way, how she just didn't like how people were coming at Duke, and, you know, she just like my Duke. And Candy basically was saying, like, you know, I got it, but, you know, we told you about Cordell. We were, what's his name? Cordell. Mm-hmm. Like, we warned you about him, and we were right.
Okay.
You know. So.
Well, next week they don't have to worry. I'll be watching on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I had a chance to watch the American Music Awards. The American Music Awards is not what it used to be. The American Music Awards used to be a show that you could not miss. Now, over these past couple of years, I don't know what's going on. Now, some people were complaining that the show was very whitewashed, that there's no African-American talent on the show. And I only seen one African-American talent perform, and that was The Weeknd. Otherwise, there was choirs with black people in them. That's the only time I seen color, or black people singing background. Ooh, those are the only time I seen color. Now, this is, if you did not know, the American Music Awards is based on your record sales and your streaming streaming on Spotify, iTunes, and all of that good stuff, and on YouTube and your music videos, what people tweet about you and all of that stuff. All of that social media interaction and actually buying the music and radio spins is what determines your nominations and people voting for you if they want to win. So it's all based on your fan base. That's how you win awards for the American Music Awards. So that's why you do not see a lot of African American talent on there, because we as African Americans, we like to stand on Twitter and retweet and say things for likes instead of going to iTunes and buying and going to the store to buy. This is what's going on. And this is why our artists cannot be on the American Music Awards. Now, Nicki Minaj, she's a hip-hop star. She was there, but she was not performing. And she seemed like she was out of it last night. I don't know what's going on. Maybe she's dealing with something personal, or maybe she was up there acting, because we know she's an actress. I don't know, but something just didn't seem right and something seemed off. But she won 2 awards last night. Congratulations to her. Jennifer Lopez fucking killed this show last night. She did like a 6-7 minute opening, performing to everybody, okay? She performed to everybody, even did Nicki Minaj, and Nicki Minaj was sitting there. Now, I was like, man, maybe she shouldn't have did that, because Nicki Minaj is in the audience, and Nicki Minaj could do Nicki Minaj, but she did everybody else. I think she did The Weeknd.
Well, it was like an homage.
Yeah, but she did a great job. Jennifer Lopez, to be 46 years old and to be able to move like that, Jennifer, you fucking got it. I would love to see Jennifer bitch, I can't even say her name. Jennifer Lopez with her own dance show. Something like, not like how the Dance Mom shit is, because that's tired. I want her to do something with like choreography, but let that shit be. You remember how America Best Dance Crew was? Something like that.
An American Idol type dance show.
Yes, that would be
audition, and then they have like this big,
Yeah, like, and have Jennifer Lopez on it. Come on, you had them come up with different dance things every week. That would be great to see Jennifer Lopez. That's your alley. If you're not, but she's going on tour and all of that stuff. She did it. And she opened up the show, and I didn't really see any other great performances. Like, I never heard of 5 Seconds of Summer. Okay, whatever. I tried to give it a chance. Carrie Underwood, that's my girl, but she sang some sad song, and I don't want to hear those kind of songs. When I hear country song, excuse me, to me, country songs should tell a fuck. They all tell stories, but I wanted something more upbeat and not all down, singing about the heart and everything. I ain't want that. Gwen Stefani bored me. I missed the early 2000s. I'm about to leave, no doubt, Gwen Stefani, and then I'm finally on my own Gwen Stefani. Like, ever since she went back to No Doubt, it's just been, ugh. I just, no. And the song, I Used to Love You, we know that's about your ex-husband. Like, it could have been worse than that. Like, come out with a man. You Gwen fucking Stefani. You go in that studio with Pharrell. You and Pharrell have great magic, great chemistry. Let you do your angry song and let Pharrell produce the shit. Nobody else. Let him do it. And then release that. Now, I would have been here for that. But Gwen, no. I wasn't here for it. Alanis Morissette was there. I was happy to see her. But I didn't want to see her with Demi Lovato because they both were a mess. They both didn't rehearse together, and I was just happy to see. I was just happy to see Alanis Morissette. I really was. And you know, a lot of people tweeting Beyonce, 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 but I want y'all to really get into her old school stuff. What else? It wasn't really nothing spectacular, nothing that crazy happened at the show.
Nobody talked about it.
Yeah, and Justin Bieber, everybody's talking about Jennifer Lopez.
Right.
We're not into you, okay? My niece was trying to beat us up with Justin Bieber, and
it wasn't
them videos were dumb. And we look.
And we sat there and watched.
Yes, and watched.
I did. And you know, I don't do that. But I did it. Because she wanted us to watch, and she's 11, and so we watched.
Mm-hmm. No. And he's running in the field. For what? Sitting on
mountain cliffs. Mountain tops.
And what he was saying, I want to show you. What are you showing me?
Not a damn thing, because there was no print in them drawers when he got in there. It wasn't.
Oh my God. But you know what? Since y'all want to complain about black people not being seen on TV, the Soul Train Music Awards comes on this Sunday. And you can see all the black people you want. And Erykah Badu is hosting. And Jennifer...
Is it live? No.
No, it's taped. But Jill Scott will be honored at the show. So once y'all watch the Soul Train Awards. And then when you see that your faves are not there, complain about how they never show up to the Soul Train Awards. And let them know that sometimes you don't have to be at the AMAs. Maybe you should show up to the Soul Train Awards. I've never seen Nicki at the Soul Train Awards. Now, I'm not trying to be shady or anything. For what? I would like to see her there. I think all the A-list black everybody and black, just like they asked to show up to the BET Awards, be at the Soul Train Awards. We talking about Don Cornelius, something he started like almost 50 years ago. Come on, man. Let's support our black people. And then you want to worry about why the AMAs are not celebrating us. Because we don't even celebrate them. I'm telling y'all, we don't. Y'all might say, oh, well, you know, Trent was tweeting me, oh, well, even if the black people doing good, they don't get recognized. Now, for instance, some people should be recognized. But your fan base got to let these people know. And you got to let these people know about buying their music. Stop just buying, people don't buy no more. People don't buy nothing, but y'all went out and ran the board Adele. She's about to sell 2.5 million albums in 1 week, so now you can't tell me that music is not selling. Y'all not supporting. Y'all just not supporting. You mean to tell me an artist like Beyonce can't sell like Adele? No. Because they out there bootlegging the shit and sharing the files all over, but standing like a motherfucker. Like, Beyonce got like, 50 million Instagram followers, and she can only sell 800 or something thousand just in 1 weekend? Come on. Come on. She should be selling way more than that. With the way y'all be standing and going off, don't do it. Don't fucking do it. Because let me go on Twitter, right? Beyonce can't say. Bitch, y'all would light me the fuck up. Y'all know y'all would, but I would never tweet that because that's not the truth. But we really have to support our artists.
No, it's not the truth at all.
Oh, we know that. We know that.
It's not the truth at all.
Now, when it comes to other studio stuff, that's to be determined until you be in the studio with her and see how the magic is made. But
I don't know what that means. I don't even know what you're hinting at. But
names on these songs
because she's paying for it. When you say when you got the coins, they'll make them in the sides. When you got the coins, they'll write your name on it.
I can't wait to get rid of these chairs. Wait.
These chairs aren't yours, because mine is squeaking.
Listen. Anyway, so yeah, Jennifer Lopez, you fucking did that. And if I was in Vegas, I would see your show. So y'all make sure y'all go see J-Lo do a show. And Adele album, I had a chance to listen to it. Okay.
Tell them what you told me.
I was not impressed.
And stop moving.
I'm trying to. I was not impressed.
Jesus, have mercy.
I feel like Adele, lyrically, the album is great. Musically, I wanted more up tempos than the sad songs. I don't want to hear about a depressed, all that depression stuff. For me, that's not, and yes, it was my birthday weekend, so that's not the mood I wanted to be in. But I think, I mean, I like some of the songs like Riverly, When We Were Young. Oh my God. It's one of the songs that sound like Royals. I like that song. I like the song where she stole from Mariah Carey, My All. Like, I like some of the songs. Mariah really needs a check. Because Adele, it sounds just like My All. It sounds, and even the way she sings it and the way Mariah started the different verses, it's the same thing. And the song that sound like Royals, I really like that one too. But, you know, I feel like 21 is a better album to me. Even though that's depressing, I felt like she was really mad. Some of the songs, she was like, I want to send my love to your girlfriend and all this and that. We not kids anymore or something like that. I'm like, wait, why would he send his love to his, you know, 21 was better, but Adele still did a great job. I'm not going to keep sitting here complaining.
Somebody's cooking something in some dirty grease.
You are trying it on my time. I got to get used to this fingerprint thing.
What fingerprint thing?
The unlock the phone.
You didn't use it on your old one?
I didn't have no fingerprint.
But you did on this one, on the 5S.
I didn't have a 5. I had a 5.
Oh, they didn't do that on the 5. Oh.
No. Rihanna, now listen, I know you're going on tour. Where's this? If your album is only going to be exclusively on Tidal, don't expect me to buy it, okay? I will. And this is why people are not selling. Everybody wants to be so exclusive. I hope that's not true.
Hello to the other
side. Yes, like Rihanna, everything about this whole campaign has been done. Okay, you at the BET Awards, you showing half clips of Bitch Better Have My Money instead of just coming out and performing it. You did the same thing last night at the American Music Awards.
Oh, she was there?
She had some, she wasn't there, but she had some diary shit. Like, okay, Rihanna, so what? Perform! This is American Music Awards, perform! You know, J-Lo should not be the only one that's giving everybody life. The Pentatonics, they did great too. That's the spaghetti. You said, oh, you tried it. Oh, great.
That don't smell like spaghetti. That smell like somebody's making hamburgers.
Well, maybe, I don't know. When we go there, when we finish, we'll find out. But my stomach is hurting because I'm hungry.
Yeah, my stomach is hurting because it's old grease. And I know what old grease smells like.
Don't do it. Wait, so something else is going on. Sierra, let me tell you something, baby. Let me tell you something. You are my girl. And what they say, you my girl in a bag of pearls. But, baby, I don't want to see you in nobody's social media's lounge. You save that for Lala and them, okay? You should be on stage. In the T-Mobile social media lounge, no. I would rather you be at Russell Wilson's football game than be sitting in some studio lounge when your album came out 6 months ago. I believe you should make better choices in the jobs you accept, okay? I need you performing.
Make yourself hireable.
Yes.
Because if you don't, they're not going to hire you. They're only going to hire you.
Well, somebody going to say, well, at least you got a check. Well, you know what? Yes, it's a check,
but you shouldn't have a check. Can you imagine somebody like Rihanna or somebody like Beyonce or Nicki Minaj in the studio lounge?
No.
No, you can't. So Sierra shouldn't be in the studio lounge either. Sierra's, first of all, Sierra was out way before Rihanna.
So Sierra had an 12-year career. But that first
to end up in a studio lounge?
Okay. I'm just not, I really want a whole lot better for her.
What? No, I'm not going to studio lounge. To do what? You couldn't pay me to sit. No, you could pay me to sit in the studio lounge. But you can pay me to sit in the studio lounge, but you can't have somebody like her sitting with me because I'm going to think like, well, wait a minute. I should be interviewing you. What shit's going on here?
And listen, let me tell you something. Empire finally got good this past week. But I don't think Hakeem won that battle. Hakeem.
Everybody keeps saying that he did.
I don't think Hakeem
I
won
said this
that
lady at my
battle.
job. I said, how?
She got him together. Yeah.
That's it. Listen.
I know.
I honestly think Lee Daniels, the creator of the show, I think they should give what's his name, Yaz, or whatever his name is. I think they should give him a little bit more acting lessons, because he's real dry with his acting. Yo, mom, so you're not going, so man, what you talking? I'm like, huh? Like, get into it.
Because Frida was into her rap battle.
Yeah.
Because I think she really meant what she was saying. Like, that's how good your acting has to be.
Yes, that you mean what you say, and it don't even make sense what you're saying. Like to me, Hakeem and Lucius are on the same page when it comes to acting. Terrence Howard is not my cup of tea when it comes to acting. He's very stale. He's very stale and dry. And when his character Lucius is making music or noise,
you can hang it up
flat fucking screen, because it's not convincing at all. I wouldn't buy that if you paid me to buy it.
That song they did for Pepsi, I really like that song. And that song, to me, it represents this season, or these first 10 episodes of Empire. Ups and downs. Ups and downs. Like, it really does. And this, to me, if they really capitalize on that song, it could be hot. Like, last year we had Beautiful, You're So Beautiful. This song would be the thing. But it's just, I don't know, they should have kept it with Timberland. All these other, no, not Neo, no. I see Kevin don't be shady. But when the last time Neo had a big hit?
Well, he's going to be in a Wiz.
So what? But I'm going to be watching that.
Me too.
December the 3rd, Mary J. Blige.
What you need to do, you need to watch the original. Have you seen the original Wiz?
Bitch. Now, you know what? Now, I've missed a lot of movies.
That's what I'm saying. You missed a lot of movies.
Now, if I missed the Wiz, you might have to take my black card.
Because you ain't never seen a lot of movies. Have you seen the original Wizard of Oz?
I've seen the original Wizard of Oz. I've seen The Wiz. I've seen a lot.
You ever seen Cooley High?
I've seen Adventures in Wonderland.
I said Cooley High.
I've seen Cooley High, yes.
You did.
Yes, it is.
What happened to
Because
Cochise?
what's happening is
What happened to Cochise?
off.
I ain't asked you what the fuck the
Bitch,
spin-off
don't
was.
ask me what happened, but I've
Cochise?
seen it.
What happened to him?
I don't know, but then they die. Shit. It's so hard to say a fucking bye.
You don't even know what happened to Cochise.
I might not have been.
Who killed him? And where was he at when they killed him?
He was under a bridge, right?
Yeah, but where was he?
Alright, the
Who killed
bitch
him?
I seen.
Who killed him?
I don't remember.
I tell you, who killed him.
He's gonna put me on the.
I tell you,
He's gonna put me on the spot.
he ran to Martha's kitchen, whatever the restaurant was. And Martha told him, y'all gotta get out of here with that. You don't run up in my store.
Listen, I've
They
seen.
got him straight under that bridge. Yes, they did.
See?
Because she shouldn't have stayed in that bathroom until somebody came and got him. See, if he had cell phones, all he had to do was text one of his homies to come get him.
And speaking of the cell phone was invented 40 years ago. I can't remember the name, but shout out to the black man that invented the cell phone. Patti LaBelle was on The Breakfast Club today. I enjoyed that interview. It was good. And I did not know that Patti LaBelle's son threatened Charlamagne, because Charlamagne was talking about his top 5 crushes, and his son didn't like that he was on the radio talking about his mom like that.
Ooh.
So Zuri got him together.
Oh, who said that? Charlamagne?
Charlamagne told Patti.
And what she said?
She just was like, nothing to do about it.
Yeah.
And that's Patti LaBelle do work with a bunch of goons. Y'all know Patti LaBelle got sued a couple years ago from that man outside that airport. I don't think he was really trying it, but the security, they just Patti probably cursed them out.
But you gotta remember, Patty's from Philly.
Yeah.
So she knows goons.
Yeah.
That'll rough you the fuck up.
And she was like, and if I don't get them on stage, I make sure that
They get guys. But they're gonna get guys.
Yeah, and she talked about being humble. She just talked about some of her cooking, the sweet potato pies.
But she should have had a little bit more humble pie.
Yes,
she said that about
she
tried James. But we're not gonna go there.
Patty, you know, I think that, should Patty give him a check? Yes. Does she have to? No. But I think when somebody does a video like that and it goes viral and people are going crazy about these goddamn pies, he deserves something. maybe, you know, don't just donate to something he do, or just say, baby, here's a check for just starting a frenzy or whatever. I just think that he really deserves that. Maybe Walmart can get him to do a video or something. Maybe he could do that to promote Patty's next album.
But I don't think it's up to Walmart. I think it's up to Patti LaBelle.
Well,
as far as promoting the pies, that's not Walmart's.
Yeah, but see, they could put him on like the marketing team, put his face out there. Like, he's benefiting because I've seen he's going to be doing some shows and stuff, which is great for him.
Really? Because I've seen he's already been doing
like,
shows.
Oh, he's already been doing.
He's a ton of it. Yeah, he sings. He actually does sing. So
yeah.
he can fucking sing. And he can sing.
Patty, invite him on your thing. Go ahead. No. Don't shade him.
I'm not. No, I'm not.
He can sing.
But he can sing. He can definitely sing. Mm-hmm. And he does some shows, and yeah, you know.
What kind of shows? Like drag shows?
No, I don't think drag shows, but I know he sings. I've seen him dressed up before.
Like Patty?
No.
Like what?
No, I'm just saying I've seen him dressed up like a woman, but I don't know if it was Halloween or something.
So yeah, I haven't had a chance to have a patty pie.
If y'all follow him on Facebook, y'all know exactly what I'm talking about.
Have you tasted the patty pie yet?
No.
Have you? Do you want to?
I mean, it's not if I want to. If it's one sitting in front of me, I'll taste it. But I'm not running to the store to go buy that. No. Now I've heard people say that it was good. So,
yeah, everybody's been saying it's good. I seen them taste it today on TMZ, and if Harvey can say it's good, I'm sure it's really good. Because I was expecting him to be like, oh, it's nasty and everything. But people are saying it tastes better than a store-bought pie. I just want to try it.
But it is a store-bought pie.
I know, but I'm going to try it to see it.
It is.
But the Patti LaBelle interview with the Breakfast Club was good. And you.
What else did she talk about?
She talked, you know, of course, about having diabetes, her outliving her sisters. She talked about Dancing with the Stars and how she realized she was disciplined, and you know, she was saying that her knees was hurting really bad from doing the show, but she stayed committed to the show. She talked about what she was doing for Thanksgiving and how people can't be sitting in her living room on her new silk couches. Ooh. How she's going to have that shit roped off, and if they all sit downstairs in the basement, if they want to smoke, they go outside by the pool, maybe the bushes somewhere where they can smoke.
I know that.
And she said, you better take your fucking shoes off when you get to my door. She invited them to the house, and she's like, I'm not talking about like, I'm not doing the
Breakfast House.
Yeah, she was like, I'm not doing this. When I say something, I mean it. You know, y'all can come, and she's like, I got kids, but they can bring their asses to the basement too.
Just don't sit on my couch.
Yeah, don't sit. Oh my God.
Can you imagine Patty go, excuse me.
And I can picture her cursing and everything.
This shit is not. Supposed to get some liquor up in her. Can you imagine?
I don't drink like that. But when I drink or when I sip, I don't spill.
Because
anything.
she's an old lady, and she's going to go off with liquor in her hand. She reminds me of my Aunt Jackie. My Aunt Jackie, I paid the bills around the same age. And Jackie would walk around her apartment. She's a beautiful, nice, luxurious apartment. And she walks around with her cup in her hand and be pissy drunk, but she will not spill it.
Okay.
She'll tell you, don't sit on that. I told you, don't sit on that. Like,
and she also was just saying how some people just die being pretenders. It's not good to be a fake or a phony person. Just be yourself, be humble. She didn't talk about the LaBelle, you know, Nona and Sarah. And
I wish somebody would have asked her about Gots to Be Real.
Yes, that would have been good. Maybe Gots to Be Real can really have Patty on.
But you know, that whole Patty and all that stuff, that's real. Yeah. Because Patty never goes, hey.
I'm surprised they didn't bring up anything. But what happened with you and Aretha? Like they didn't. Maybe Patty's like, bitch, don't even bring her up. Because they didn't say nothing about any of the girls.
Don't bring her up.
But she said she would love to do a song with Fetty Wap, and then she's like, that's the guy with the one eye. Ooh. I would really love to do a song with him. And then she said, but don't have me singing that dumb stuff. She's like, I don't do that. Yeah, she said, I'm at Patty's age. I don't do that. But if it makes Patty sense, I'll do it. That's what she said.
Yes!
It was a fun interview. It's 25 minutes, but it's really good. And that's one of my favorite ones. And if y'all get a chance this Thanksgiving weekend, y'all gotta watch the Jill Scott interview on The Breakfast Club because it was so good. It's 45 minutes, but if y'all can watch our Scorpion show, y'all can watch an hour of Jill Scott just blessing that damn studio. Like, she was talking about a lot of real things. And women out there, you want to talk about power and everything, and you look down on us because we tell you guys you have the power. Watch Jill Scott just talk about everything. If you use your power, you could be amazing at what you do.
Because remember when I told women they had the power?
Oh yeah, they cursed us out. Well, I cursed you out.
Cursed me out. I said they had the power. They told me.
Okay, man, the fuck you
What you about me having power? Oh, okay. So you know what I do when I talk to people, especially females in person? I say, well, I say, because, and this is the honest to God truth. I'll be talking about guys, and I say, because guys do, well, believe it or not, I actually am a guy. And
really?
then they'll look at me, and they're like, and sometimes it'll go over their head when I say that, and they'll look, they're like, oh, why you say that? And they catch it, and I'm like, yeah, because I know what you're thinking, bitch. Believe it or not.
Yeah. So we got some time. Listen, this Thanksgiving, show us to your family and tag us on Instagram. I would love to see it. Tag us with you showing your family how we get down. This is the perfect opportunity to get your family together. And make sure you show them the Precious video. Show them the Mama Scorpion video.
The Sears one.
The Sears video. Show them that. Like, y'all know how we do. Just show them to everybody about us. Now, this is something that I asked Temple when I was there. If you're in college, is there a way that you can put our faces on your bulletin boards? Like, I know y'all schools have them everywhere. If you could put us up on your wall, put us on there too. Tell everybody to watch the Scorpion show. Don't be ashamed to say that you watch the Scorpion show, okay? Don't just keep us to yourselves. Share us with everybody, And, I love, like, some lady, she was just on the, my friend took a picture of this lady watching us on the bus. Like, I like stuff like that. Don't be afraid to, tell people who you watching and laughing out loud. Like, girl, what you laugh? These two guys on YouTube? Like, child, tell everybody. What else? So yeah, you guys, I'm glad to be back on YouTube. We'll be back next week with a new video. But again, enjoy your Thanksgiving. Do not drink and drive. I want you to be able to continue to watch Scorpion Show videos, okay? There is a such thing called Uber. And for the free code of Uber Kevin S 3352, you can get your first ride for free up to $15.
How many free rides do you have so far?
I don't even know. Instagram. They don't even tell me no more.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't. Look.
Yes, they do. I promise you they do.
Yeah, this guy was nice. Wait.
Payment.
Oh, it's under payment?
Payment, yes. Under payment, 61.
Oh! I didn't know. I thought it was under the, I know you got more than that.
No.
Let me see. Bitch, your phone going to die really? Oh.
No, I didn't say that. How many you have?
You probably got way more than me. Is that the one that was talking too much? Ooh! The shape. See, this is why I gotta stop giving out rides. Yeah.
Every day I wake up.
I gotta start promoting more. Because it's about to be winter time and I don't have time for something, okay?
Because as you shouldn't.
I don't even know the last time
Mine go all the way up until March.
I get some free ride. But listen, y'all use my Uber code, okay? I don't need no goddamn Uber code. I gotta take my mom to the market.
No, you don't have to take her.
But I don't tell my mom no.
No, you're not gonna no. Yeah, no. As you shouldn't tell her mom no. As you shouldn't tell her no. But don't act like you be willing trying to give out those Uber.
No, because Nina wanted to use the Uber to go to 22nd and Lehigh. Hell no. Bitch, you gotta walk.
22nd and Lehigh. Would you walk to 22nd and Lehigh?
I have. It's only a 10-minute walk.
Well, Nina's not the 10-minute walk kind of girl.
But I don't take no Uber to go up there. Now, if I'm not going to Center City, I can catch the bus. But I don't catch the bus. I don't have the need to catch the bus. I can walk to Lehigh. It's a nice brisk walk. Right now it's too cold.
No,
I don't have no need to go there. Okay? I don't have no need to go up there. Now I will take an Uber to the
Have they opened up that GameStop? No.
Yeah, they opened it back.
Oh,
I've been in there. Oh, you make me say it. I've been in there. It's totally
because it was closed in there for a while.
Yeah, it was closed for a while, but they opened it back up. Yeah, you would never know that something like that happened in there. And rest in peace to the officer that was killed, because his birthday, we shared the same birthday. So rest in peace to him, and if his family watches the Scorpion show, shout out to him. I watched his funeral. He had a very nice funeral. And watch All About Eve on Netflix too. And somebody was telling me about the Central Park 5 documentary on Netflix. Already seen it a couple years ago on PBS.
Yeah, that's because then they show how each one of them got out of jail and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw that too. It was good.
Yeah, and there's another, like we talked about Charlie Sheen last week about him having HIV. There's somebody wrote me and told me, like, there's a guy from Philadelphia who has a documentary on Netflix. It's called 25 Years to Life. He's HIV positive and he's had it for over 20 years. You can watch his documentary. I haven't watched it yet, but that's not the first time I heard about it, so I'm recommending it. Just trying to help y'all out. Or y'all can watch all of the YouTubers. You know, watch everybody. If y'all know we ain't coming back, but watch the other YouTubers out there. I shouldn't say names now. Just watch everybody.
Or you can watch Karina, starring Whoopi Goldberg, Ray Liotta, and Jennifer Lewis.
Just watch. Just support. Listen. Just watch, okay? Oh my God! You know somebody?
Karina. Have you seen that? No.
Did somebody die at the end jumping out the window?
What? No.
Oh, that's Serafina.
I guess they ain't no
Not Serafina. Karina is
Whoopi Goldberg plays
in Africa. No, that's
somebody.
I'm thinking about another movie about it. Who jumped out the window and died in a Whoopi Goldberg movie?
That was Ghost.
Oh, listen. I'm not a movie buff.
He didn't jump out the window.
Guy.
Oh, I'm trying to think what scene did somebody jump out the window. I don't know, but that wasn't Karina.
He's the movie buff for the show.
No, Karina. She plays a maid in the 1950s, and this guy just lost his wife, and he has a young daughter who, once the mom died, the little girl just completely stopped talking. And so, you know, she
nursed her back to life.
Not necessarily nursed her back to life, but, you know, she came in and was just like, you know, look, girlfriend, cut on her out. I'm still talking. And she started talking.
One of my favorite Whoopi Goldberg movies, don't ask me what it was all about, but we used to watch it all the time as a kid, was her, Ted Danson, and
oh yeah, where she played his
that was our
and the elephant
movie.
And the elephant at the car lot.
Yeah.
I used to watch that too. I forget the name of it too. They used to come on TV all the time. I think on HBO or something like that.
Yep. That was our movie.
She played his ex-wife, but I know she was his baby mom or something like that.
Yeah.
You know her daughter played you know her daughter played in Sister
Act. I didn't know that was her, but I found out eventually later on. I'm surprised her daughter never acted or anything.
Her daughter was in The Color Purple.
In the church scene or something like that?
Her daughter Gail was in the church scene.
Gail was best friend. Yeah, I seen that.
Her daughter was at the table when Sophia's like sitting up in that jail, and her daughter is the little light-skinned little girl
that was laughing. That's her. Oh wow! I need to see The Color Purple again. That is my movie. Now that's a movie I've seen and I know. Okay, I can tell you the parts. And make sure nobody's spitting your glass water before you ask them. Okay. After you ask them.
Hey, Shug. And Shug was blatantly sleeping with her husband.
Yes, and she knew it. But see, because she was sleeping with Shug too. See, they ain't never tell you that. I mean, they showed you the kissing scene, but y'all know the little pearls they shake. You know what was going on. But and if y'all read the Color Purple book, it's way more detailed than the movie itself.
Well, I'm sure, Kevin, there's a lot of people, after all these years, they've read the book. So I don't think you're saying anything.
Well, there's some people out there that didn't read it.
Well,
I didn't read it until my 12th grade year in high school.
Because I don't know who. I'm just trying to figure out who didn't know that her and Shug slept together.
Oh, I'm sure they knew that anyway when they was kissing.
No, but I'm just saying from the book. Her and Shug had a definitely
a lesbian relationship.
Or lesbian,
But
and it wasn't. I don't think it was even one time. I think it was like a few times where they were intimate with each other.
it's not really funny, but one of my favorite scenes is when, what's Whoopi's name?
Who?
Whoopi's name?
Celie.
Celie. When she thought she was gonna be leaving with Suge and Albert.
Oh,
Not Albert, her new man,
yeah.
and she passed out, bitch. I fall out laughing all the time. That's not funny because she was heartbroken.
Yeah, she was.
But that shit was funny. David, she had a little suitcase. She was ready. That's not fun. That's not fun. That's not fun. But bitch, she was ready to go and passed out. Y'all probably gonna kick my ass. I'm sorry. All right, y'all, listen. Y'all just have a great Thanksgiving, okay? Be safe, no drinking and driving. Tell y'all family about us. Watch whatever, all the shit we recommended. Make sure y'all watch the other YouTubers. Watch their videos too. Yeah, and we're going to have some information. I don't want to talk about the blackout next year yet until everything is set in stone. So, okay? When it's all set in stone, then I'll get on camera and start talking about everything. But just know that it's going to be in Atlanta next year. Otherwise, I don't want to talk about nothing yet until everything is set in stone. I want every I dotted, every T
Wait, everything's
crossed.
not set in stone at the
No, it's not. It's not. It's changed. I ain't got time to talk about it right now. Until everything is set in stone, you don't have black people around. Until everything is set in stone, that's when I will talk. But yeah, it's going to be in July. It's going to be in July next year. Thank you, Mika. So we're going. I have to go. Yeah. Bitch, you better start your shit, and I got time.